Shady Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the POT. Podcast tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrasslin where you need to be. Shady Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrasslin where you need to be. Shady Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Wrasslin with them Wrasslin boys. I'm the POT alongside my tag team partner Big E, and we're here to bring you another episode of premium wrestling content. What's going on, brother?
Oh, my brother, we back, man. It's Welcome to Wrasslin, episode 76. Mongo, RIP to the Mongo. Hey, RIP Steve McMichael, man. The Bears, Four Horsemen. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, episode 76.
Yeah, well, we of course we got Mongo, but we have another 76 that we have to speak on. And that's my man over there, my tag team partner, Big E, Evan Terrell.
Hey.
That was 76, brother. Your number, man. Your night.
Hell yeah, that's 76. Yeah, man. Damn, man. Bro, I can't even lie to you. This ain't got shit to do with wrestling. It kind of got a little emotional just then because, you know, talking to old dude about, you know, the thing with Coach Friday and all that stuff, man. Yeah, man, it's been on my mind. So looking forward to getting back to doing Mariota Football Legends with you too, man. That's gonna be cool, and we still got guys lined up, man. So I'm looking forward to get back into doing that. And of course, Welcome to Wrasslin is the reason we're all here and gonna be here. And that's like a, you know, like them actors call it like a passion project. You know what I mean?
Right. So,
you know, wrestling will never run out of wrestling. We might run out of Mariota Football Legends to talk about.
Right. Facts.
But we'll never run out of wrestling to talk about. So, man, it's Welcome to Wrasslin, episode 76, man. Bro, how you feeling?
I feel great, brother.
Yeah. How you feeling about the PLE today? We actually had a day today. You know,
yes, we did. And as far as the PLE, I'll just say this: both shows combined, because we're not just talking about Clash in Italy, we're also talking about the AAA show.
Yeah,
both shows combined, I had to say it was a good weekend for WWE content. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah. I will have to say that's the first AAA show I've watched from beginning to end, and I don't count on missing another one. That's how good that show was, and we'll get into it in a minute. Talk about Clash of Italy, the injury rumors that we did hear. Clearly, we don't know if they had to do a pivot as far as finishes, but they didn't have to do a pivot as far as changing the matches up, you know, and we'll get into all that. But yeah, talk a little AAA, man. I thought the Ray Phoenix, and I'm not even going to attempt to say these guys' names,
right?
Because I don't want to do, you know, discredit nobody or be disrespectful. So the one guy, I guess it would be his name, and then the other guy, and then the next guy, and that guy. But the Ray Phoenix and the other guy, I forget his name, man. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not even gonna try. I ain't got no notes tonight, bro. We had a long day out there trying to get some bread up, hanging out with Hoot today, and got to actually watch we ain't watched the PLE together. I don't know how long.
Right.
So that was cool. And but we didn't get to finish watching the main event. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to hear you talk about that, but hear what you got to say. But yeah, man, let's jump into it, man. And like you said, it was a real good weekend as far as wrestling goes with WWE. I haven't looked at anything on the internet about what anybody says, but I can't possibly fathom anybody really having a bad thing to say about, unless they just a hater, Hey,
man,
before we get started, welcome to Wrestling and welcome to Wrestling Universe. Do not forget, we got merch. Go to prowrestlingtees.com/welcome to wrestling. Welcome, the number 2, wrestling. We got 3 designs sitting there waiting for you. Got a couple of more coming. Hell, buy all of them. I'll buy all 3 of them. We're all 3 of them at the same time. They're there for your t-shirt enjoyment. But yeah, man, support us, man. Give us help us out a little bit. Rock the merch. Let us know you messing with us. If you do order a shirt, I'm not gonna say if you do, but when you do, shoot us an email with you wearing the shirt, a picture of you wearing the shirt at w2wrestling@gmail.com. And so we can show you some love on here. But yeah, we got merch. prowrestlingtees.com/welcome to wrestling.
buy a shirt.
Buy the shirt.
Like, comment, subscribe, people. Like, comment, subscribe.
That's not a dig as Stevie Richards. I actually enjoyed the BWO. I unlocked Stevie Richards' car one night working for AAA here in Atlanta, and dude was actually very cool. You know what I mean? But bro, he's taking some heat from Flair and Kevin Nash, and they got some little beef going.
I met BWO Stevie back. He would use DDP yoga. I went to DDP yoga with almost famous John Michaels.
Oh, okay.
And this was years ago. And he invited me, and I went. DDP was there. He wasn't teaching class though. Stevie Richards was teaching the class, and that was cool. Just doing the DDP yoga. And I only went one time, but I really enjoyed the class and the atmosphere and stuff.
Yeah.
But I ain't had no real interaction with him, but he taught the class and he came off as being a pretty cool guy, But so what's going on with BWO Stevie?
Man, it's just they, like him and Maven, they're doing a lot of these reactions, and they react to everything that's going on in the wrestling business and give their opinion.
Right.
And, you got guys like Kevin Nash and Ric Flair who are, anything you say about them, like, you don't have no credibility of saying or voicing your opinion because you're not on their level. And if that's the case, then nobody should be allowed to speak on Flair's anything. But
right,
people do voice their opinion, and to me, it's just like autograph signings. That these guys, that's how they're making a living doing this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is, Kevin Nash is doing the same thing. He's giving his opinion on everything that comes through politics. He talks about everything. Yeah, so
which I do like his podcast, by the way, because of that. But you're right, though. Kevin Nash is a trip, and I've been a big Sexy fan.
Right,
Big Daddy Cool. I liked him when he was Diesel. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I liked him when he was in Vegas.
Yeah. What's up? So, but my thing with Nash, though, just being real,
Mhm.
he's like them other guys, and we don't want to name no more names, but we know it's a group of them, and it's the old school guys, and a lot of them had that whole mindset. But my thing with Nash is, yeah, you was impactful in the business.
Mhm.
It definitely wasn't your in-ring capability. I mean,
Right.
let's just be real.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, we know the story how you made it in New York. You was a heater for HBK. Great
Right.
combination, dudes with attitude. You in Vince loved you. He liked big man. Put the title on you. You know, it is what it is. Then you had a decent career.
There you go, and doing those more Vince rumors. He likes big men.
Uh, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But that being said, though, then of course we know the whole story of signing with WCW. Did the whole NWO major impactful. Like that was one of the greatest heel factions ever. Obviously the Four Horsemen, but NWO. I mean, and Attitude. Really, that was the kickoff of the whole Attitude Era. I know when we talk Attitude Era, we talk of WWE, but the Monday Night Wars were Attitude Era, and NWO made WWE step their game up and have attitude. They're just being real. Now, but my
Before you jump off of Kevin Nash, and just to add on to it, that they got an argument for being responsible for these guys having guaranteed contracts.
absolutely
Don't forget that they were very honest. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, very honest. I got 5 friends. Now I want the money. Because they say if you got if you can count on your hand at the end of the day how many real friends you got. And he said, I already
you're
got the
lucky.
friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the friends. Now I want the money. You know what I'm saying? So, and shout out to them for going after that cash. And why wouldn't you?
Yeah. I
And,
mean, my whole point is I love Nash for all them reasons, right?
right.
Curtain call and all.
Mm,
Now, my thing with Nash though is when you talk about folks on your level, obviously BWO Stevie is no former world champion, nowhere near their level. They're right. But I don't put Kevin Nash as one of the. He's definitely not like nowhere near a Rushmore
You
or
never heard
or
anybody
or
say Kevin Nash is on my Mount Rushmore.
yeah, well, definitely not that. But what I'm
Unless
saying
they
is
did
like,
the Mount Rushmore of NWO members, then he's on
yeah,
there.
yeah, well, yeah, but you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's a lot of folks that I would put in the wrestling business before Kevin Nash. A lot of people. A
Right.
lot of people.
And don't take away from Stevie Richards, because Stevie Richards can go.
Oh, absolutely.
He could go and the ECW, he came to WCW, WWE, right to censor, you know what I mean? Did some TNA stuff. Like he wasn't no chump, man, by far.
Right.
You
Right.
know. Yeah, so man, shout out to Stevie Richards, man. Like I don't look, I don't get what they're doing. I don't get why they're so upset. You've been in the limelight for so long. You should be used to this shit now. But see, now you get to see who all says it, and you get to see videos and stuff. It ain't just hearsay no more. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
true. That's
So
true.
now they get to go at everybody, but it's like I can't, you know, it one thing, I do a little stone cold. If there's one thing I can't stand, um, I can't stand the people that are I'm this and you were that in the business and you're a pissant. You never did this and never did that. every time I hear somebody like that, in my mind, I'm thinking, who are you trying to convince? Are you trying to convince yourself, or are you trying to convince them?
Mm.
And me, I'm a Flair guy. You know what I mean? But some of the stuff he said about guys that didn't make it to a certain level is just, it's downright pathetic to talk that way. And I don't, like I said, I'm a Flair guy. I always will be, no matter what. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, if there's anybody that's hanging around somebody that's old and shouldn't have a cell phone, it's him. Whoever his handler is, should be snatching that phone from him, because he talks his shit. You know what I mean? But it's like, you don't need to do that. You're Ric Flair. There's no need to talk all that shit to try to stay relevant. You're relevant. You'll be relevant to the day you die.
I want you to think about something, though. It's like what you said earlier. Who are you convincing, right? Think about, and I'm talking about Flair. Mm-hmm. Think about when he went through that dark period of the end of WCW, where he wrestled Sting with a T-shirt on.
Right. Like his own worst critic type person. Like
like he was in a dark place. Triple H had it. He went to Vince like, hey, put him with me. And they just started a whole evolution thing, like kind of bring his confidence back. You know what I mean? Like Undertaker wanted to work with him at WrestleMania, and Flair was like, "You want to work with me?" Undertaker like, "Yeah, you're Ric Flair." You know what I mean? They had to remind him of who he is and was. Of course he was past his prime. He was old, and I get that, because, like you said, we all are our own worst critics, right?
Right.
But this is Ric Flair. You know what I
mean? Don't get it misconstrued that he couldn't outwork more than half of the roster the day he retired.
Right.
Let's not get crazy and forget that, because that's the truth. No business for him to be in ladder matches and stuff like that.
Right.
And pulls it off every time. Them last two were rough to look at. Or not the last two, but the last one he just had was hard to watch.
Yeah.
And I hope to God he doesn't do another one. I'll watch it, but I hope he don't do another one. But a lot of that stuff's tough to watch, man. But before that, even the TNA stuff, even AEW, the little bitty stuff he did there, still nails it. You know what I'm saying? So I just hate it I hate that he's you got them guys, you got them haters, you got them old school guys that hate everything about the business right now. And it's not that and I get to some part of where they're coming from, but a lot of these guys, they don't want these guys to succeed.
Yeah, I kind of sense that as well.
Right. And we're not gonna say no names, but you heard the remarks today. You heard the same thing almost. It didn't go as deep, you know what I mean? Right. Because it's not what they're used to, and it's all about storytelling. But
right. You're right.
And I get that part. But some of these guys don't want these younger guys to succeed, and that's just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
You know why I always compare it to the sports.
Yeah.
Listen to Shaq and Barkley when they critique the young players.
Oh yeah.
They talk about their era, right. Obviously. Oh yeah, back in my day, I would have killed him. You know what I mean? What if it's true or not? It's like the game is different though.
Right.
Centers are shooting 3-pointers now. Like, and you
not pulling no three.
You damn near have to.
Yeah.
You damn near have to be able to shoot a three to even be on the court now in today's NBA as a center. And NFL running back used to be the shit.
Right.
You know, like you was the running back, you were the man.
Yeah. Now you're just an extra blocker and another receiver.
Right. I mean, you still a great athlete, but you're not the man no more. Like the man is obviously the quarterback, which was still the man back then too, but the quarterback and the top receiver.
You ain't even guaranteed to get the ball on the goal line these days as a running back. You know, the damned old decoy. You know?
Yeah. Like even NFL draft, they pick a running back in the first round. They're like, "Whoa, are they reaching?" Like, wait a minute, damn, really?
Right.
But so so I get it with the old school guys. Even like I just think about I remember our parents used to be like, "That ain't no music," you
Right.
know, and now I
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, it's human nature, man.
Right. And nothing is like when you grew up to something anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you grew up watching whatever you watch, and of course it was wrestling for us, it was the greatest thing you ever seen in your life. You know, and now that we're older and smarter, that nothing compares to that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always, you know, if I'm on a stranded island and I got to choose what era I can watch for the rest of my life, I'm going with Crockett. You know what I mean? And admit it, that's the shit I want to look at. If I gotta watch, if that's the only one I get to watch for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I differ from you. I
And
gotta be
as you
I
should.
gotta be Attitude Era. The Rock, Stone Cold.
I mean, I hear you. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with second place.
Yeah.
But there's it wasn't nothing like that feeling dog at 6:05.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you know, Saturday night is cooked for me until 8:05 unless the Braves are playing.
I mean, but let's be real though. And we was kids, and that's what we knew. And I used to like watching Jim Cornette talk his shit, you know, the
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone at the desk, you know, and then they go in there and have a 2-minute match with Terry Floyd and Awesome TC, you
Right.
know. So I mean I get it, but a lot of those matches were squash matches though, you know what I mean? And
I think you just gave Awesome TC a little too much credit.
but you know what I mean though.
Yeah.
Like you know, when you even WWE, of course, I know you really didn't grow up watching WWF like that because you know Monday Night Raw and Nitro spoiled us, right?
Yeah.
You know, because even jobbers now are different. You know what I mean? Like somebody like Miz is a jobber, but
Yeah.
he's not Iron Mike Sharp, Brooklyn
Right.
Brawler, Barry Horowitz. You get what I'm saying? You know, yeah. So you know, it just everything's so different. But I just think of like when I look back at it, you know, yeah, that's what we knew. And like you said, it wasn't like that feeling as a kid, 605. You know, you watch Sting go out there and do a corny promo and rah, 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 and
Right.
you know, all of that, man. I was all for it and love it. That's why I love wrestling till this day.
Yeah.
But if you talk about like stranded on the island and somebody to watch the rest of my life, I got to hear finally, you know, and
Yeah.
Stone Cold, the bottom line, and because that was when we was in high school, and you
Who
know,
are these Rudy Poos?
yeah, I mean, we would tell the teachers to suck it, and you know, all of that, man.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, I feel you on that. You know, the attitude era, there's bro, that changed everything. It changed everybody's pockets.
Yeah.
You know, the Monday Night Wars. You know, everything that has their special. You know, that's why these errors. You know what I'm saying? But you got to think like you talk about being spoiled. with the Monday Night Wars, and then you dip ECW in there. You know, and then you getting two companies fighting it out, doing the best they can. So we're the winners as far as the pay-per-views and everybody trying something different.
Right.
You know, with WCW with the luchadors, but they had the older guys, you know, the main event guys that people saw when they were kids and all that stuff. With you bring which, you know, is whatever, but you bring Piper in there, you bring the Ultimate Warrior in, you know, just doing different stuff, but also having a different concept at the beginning of the show with the luchadors and the cruiserweights and you know, tag teams and all that stuff. So, you know, but yeah, man, shout out to the attitude there. Yeah. But yeah, man, you know, Kevin Nash and Flair need to calm down a little bit and show these guys some love, because it's, you know, the same business. And y'all took bumps. Everybody's been hurt. Everybody been this. Everybody been that. Why not show some love? Because it was saying to me it'd be like a football team scenario. You know, because when you were in WCW together, when y'all played on the same team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I might not like this person, but I went through hell with them, so I got their back.
Right.
You know, I might not agree with what they think or this or that, and I might not even like them.
Right.
But we done shed blood. We supposed to be good regardless. I got respect for you. You know.
Absolutely.
But we ain't fucking famous either. So
I mean that part is easy for us. It's easy for us to say these things.
Right.
You know, but I also look at it like Stevie doing the same thing they're doing, like as far as like you talked about how Dash has his opinions on politics and the business today or whatever. Like he talks about everything, you know, and just he has an opinion just like everybody else. So Stevie has a right to have his own damn opinion, and he's not even like me and you who are fans. He, like you said, he worked in the business, took bumps and trained and went down the road and ECW, all that stuff.
And it wasn't like he was in the wrestling business for a cup of coffee either.
That exactly. So shout out Stevie. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. While we're talking about Kevin Nash and the Click This podcast, what's the co-host's name?
I don't know, but I actually like him.
Sean something. He's the one that used to do a lot of those shoot videos. That's how he became.
That's how he. Okay.
Yeah. It ain't a hard listen at all. You know, some people got it, some people don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he's very articulate. I like how he play off Kevin. He kind of let Kevin just talk, you know, and give opinion. But when he has his opinions and how he leads the show,
he guides the show.
He's smooth. He's smooth. He's smooth.
Mm-hmm. Damn, we got way off topic. Hey man,
I know, right?
We went from talking about Kevin Nash to talking about what era?
BWO, what era
we were watching. We were stranded on a desert island for the rest of our life, and only had TiVo.
then back to Stevie and Kevin and
yeah, all over the road.
Right, that's what we do.
Right. But let's talk AAA for a minute before we start talking about Clash of Italy. Okay. And I like I say, when we talked earlier, I don't want to mess everybody's name up and stuff, but the card was great. The whole show was great. They started off Ray Phoenix and somebody else, and they had the you got to see Omos with his little crew. The War Raiders came out there, won the tag team titles. The little clown tag team broke up.
Psycho Clown, and I forgot what his partner name.
Yeah, and had another match, and then I can't remember it, man. But I know the El Grande Americano match. First of all, shout out to Corey Graves. When that War Raiders match was going on with the clowns, and when he was like, "This is not a match that they'll be reviewing at the PC to study." He was like, "This is a fight. This is not no wrestling." But hey man, Corey Graves is good, man. I like JBL on there too. Ray needs some work, you know.
Yeah. They used to have Conan be the third man. Yeah. But so since you spoke on Corey real quick, give him another shout out, man, because he was also at Clash of Italy. I mean, like Monterey, Mexico, all the way over the like in matter of hours, dog.
Hey man, they're out there making pounds, man, making the town.
Hey, so much love, man.
Yeah,
much love.
But you know they had that private jet waiting on him.
I mean, I know that, but still, though, that's not a 3-hour flight. You get what I'm saying?
No, for him,
yeah, you know,
they might have had to get him straight there,
right?
Yeah, no telling. Yeah, but what'd you think about the AAA as far as the and then let's talk about the main event.
Well, to be honest, I didn't really catch much of this show. I did watch the main event match, but I watched AAA from time to time. You know, so a lot of those characters, you know, I've been watching, and I like the crowd being into it, and I like how they incorporate the WWE stars. Like they don't overdo it, and you know, then they got characters, you know, like Mr. Iguana and Dr. Wagner Jr.
Yeah.
You know, like they got, you know, I've been watching a little bit, you know, Vinkingo, you know, so you know,
crowd was too.
Right.
Yeah, crowd was insane. Yeah.
So and then this whole Grande Americano and original Grande Americano, it's really been amazing the past few months to watch how the crowd, it is really like the hottest feud.
Yeah,
arguably in WWE,
right.
You know, their own umbrella. I mean, because you saw even how that match was and how the crowd was so into it, and it's really amazing. And it's, I always talk about the dynamic of that feud when they're on Raw. Of course, it's not as big because on Raw, people don't react the same way. But the funny thing about that feud, though, is that the original Grande Americano is a heel in AAA, but he's a face on Raw. You know what I mean? And it's like they're different on each show. So that's what's crazy about the whole dynamic of it. But man, but that match was, I mean, it probably was match of the weekend. And that's, you know.
Yeah, they went at it real bloody. You know, both of them got busted open. Hey, Chad Gable, I mean, he's bleeding like a stuffed pig. You know, especially when he was doing his little talk after the match. And of course,
right.
Ludwig went over, or you know, the new El Grande Americano. But and which was a smart move, because like I say, he's super over in Mexico.
Right. He's the man over there.
Yeah. And clearly, dude, like, clearly they don't think them charges gonna stick, because now they done brought the girl into it, and
right,
and then they brought it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't think they worried at all.
Well, we'll see what happens, but I think he's going to be one that's going to take the title off of Dom. You gotta think
Yeah,
they planted seeds a long time ago as well too, because he always was the one that was helping Dom on Raw.
yeah,
You know, you remember when he was first started having friction, when Dom having friction with Finn and
right.
Judgment Day, he was like,
Yeah,
you know, what's up with you and him? You know what I mean? He was like, he was going to a Grande Americano, you know, that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
You know, so that's gonna like come full circle.
Hell yeah. I think you're right. Hey man, let's talk Clash of Italy. First time PLE has ever been in Italy. Crowd uh, both crowds were great. Both
Right,
crowds were great. And them overseas crowds are wild anyway. Because they're gonna enjoy it every minute of it because they don't get it often. And like
right.
Italy ain't never had it. You know what I mean? They like a virgin on prom night. They ain't that. They ain't never got it before, but they got it. They got it today.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so let's just jump into it, man. Cody and Gunther started the show off, and I'm just gonna jump right to the finish. They had some good spots in the match. Gunther seems to be getting in better and better shape, like every time you see him. Like he's really slimmed up now, kind of cut up a little bit. Um, but they had some good spots, and I like how he would put that chokehold out of nowhere, kind of thing, and try to kind of catch him when he was trying to do the Cody Cutter that one time.
Right.
But I kind of looked crazy when Cody won, and then of course we're gonna with the leg thing, with his leg being under the rope or whatever. It's going to keep the story going, so it made sense afterwards. It didn't make sense at first because it was like,
Looked like it was a botch.
right, like was he like that? Didn't seem like it was supposed to be the
Yeah,
finish,
right.
you know. And but that'll keep the story going. They'll go into SummerSlam, do something at SummerSlam, and we'll see where we go from there. Um, I don't know if Cody makes it all the way to WrestleMania this time. Is it time to switch it up a little bit?
Well, I think that Randy is going to get 15. I could be wrong. I just think they
Um,
buying time for him to come back. But even then, with Randy winning, I don't see him having a long-term title reign either.
right,
So who knows who will be the champion? Maybe it will be Gunther, who may eventually get it.
right.
Uh, I don't know. But I agree with you though. I think if Cody makes it to WrestleMania, either the champion or maybe even in a title match again, I think a lot of people would not like that.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, but he's what they say QB1,
yeah,
sort of him and Roman.
yeah,
So it's like, I mean, WWE did go away from Roman for a minute. I mean, hell, he champion 3.5, 4 years.
yeah.
So they kind of, I mean, he back now,
Right,
but like they it was a long run, and they had to sit him down for a minute and let Cody, be the face.
that runs the
And yeah, but now it's like, you hear, I always compare it to the Cena thing. You know how, like, we used to boo Cena, but the kids
yeah,
loved him, but it was like or even Roman Big Dog run. It was like Vince kept putting him in it. Every WrestleMania he was. This ain't nothing new. He was force
mm,
feeding him, and then we was just like, man, the Roman thing ain't really stick till he turned heel.
right.
The
And now
whole bloodline.
Roman. And see,
Yeah,
like you're gonna have to pull that trigger eventually, you
yeah,
know, and because they're booing him more and more and more, And the same thing
Right.
happened before WWE and AEW. You know,
Yeah, it was real bad at AEW.
the fan turned on him quick.
Yeah, before he left, he was like,
Mm-hmm. So, let's talk Rhea Ripley and Jade.
well, I didn't get to really get my whole, that match in itself though. Like, no, seriously, um, Gunther gonna they both perform, so they gonna do their thing in the ring. But you know how you said you didn't really hear anything. I'm gonna tell you what the people been saying.
Mm-hmm.
I heard one source that I watched. He had his own opinion of the match, and he said he thought the wrestling was good. Is Gunther Cody? He said he felt like they didn't get enough time, and the finish he didn't like the finish. He said he understood the finish, just like we
Right.
talked about. We know that there's going to be they
Yeah.
they didn't make Gunther they did make Gunther look weak as far
Right.
as the whole finish, So that only means that you would think they're going forward with this feud, right? They would have
Right.
to, right?
Right.
So I get the finish, but to me, it definitely wasn't one of the best matches of the night.
No, by far.
Mm,
No.
okay.
So I'm with you on that one. I did have a little glimpse of genius when I thought about what they could do next if they were to turn Cody heel and start working on that, because the boos are coming to like pretty much like, be like run from Gunther. Don't want to face him. No, I beat him. I'm done. I'm good. No. His foot is like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And just have to start eating him up. You know what I mean?
Well, keep an eye on one thing.
Mm,
That I like that though. I don't
yeah.
see that happening, but I
Right.
like that. I like that. But Sami Zayn, don't forget about that.
Yeah.
Don't forget about that.
Through that. All right. Well, now let's talk Rhea Jade. That you talk about. You say that wasn't wasn't one of the matches of the night as far as Cody and Gunther, and which should have been, and that's the one that they gave to you. They gave you two for free. They gave you the world title and the women's world title, women's WWE title, whatever.
Yeah. Actually, both WWE titles, right?
Right.
Well,
So yeah. So they pretty much stepped it up, if you ask me, because it could have been, especially with everybody kind of shocked at first, and then I know they were showing the replay all in the stadium or whatever, or the arena, So when Jade and Rhea came out there, I think they stepped the show up. I think we talked about the other day who sold more tickets, and we'll bring that up in a minute. And because we're going to give that something for the people to think about and try to get back with us about. But Jade and Rhea showed the fuck out. And I believe you said this, you said it earlier. When she get with Rhea, she can go. Why she can't do it with everybody else?
that which I had to, which credit to both of them, obviously, because it takes two, right?
Right.
But that just shows the greatness
and Rhea
of Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, shows how good she really is.
Why she is, to me, her and EO are the two best workers right now.
Yeah.
Women. But they are great. It was a banger. I mean, they had a good WrestleMania match.
Yeah,
this match
was better.
was better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Now
Go ahead.
we have to nitpick though, right? I hate to do this.
No, you don't.
I really do. We have to talk about B-Fab botching the foot on the rope.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I mean, we know stuff happens, right? That's all a part of it, right? When you have
Yeah.
these spots and stuff, like the famous when they
Timing is
talk
everything.
about
Timing is
Papa
everything.
Papa Shango didn't come to the ring in time. And WrestleMania 8 when Hogan and Sid was in the match. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
and that was a big foul. Imagine that conversation when they got back to the. Room with Hogan back then.
Right.
But that being said, uh, it just when that stuff happens, man, it, like we know that this stuff is what it is. It's entertainment for us, but when we watching, it's like watching a movie, whatever. It's like you caught up in the emotion
Mm.
of the story that they're telling. And when you see stuff like that, it's like, it's like, damn, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it came back when, of course, Charlotte came and helped, which cost Jade the match because of that shenanigan. But it was like Charlotte, veteran,
She nailed hers. Yeah.
she nailed hers. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. I liked the finish. I liked how it went down. I liked that Charlotte came out and it kind of looked like, it's going to be some Jay can kind of refocus on Charlotte and
right.
we see a new opponent for Rhea, before. And I think Jade and Charlotte go at it before Charlotte takes trying to get a shot at the title. Because she got to get back in the title picture sometime.
What's gonna happen, E? I could be wrong.
Could be.
But
Could be. Who's to say?
You know how Charlotte and Rhea got the frenemy thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now they doing like, oh, they're actually getting along now. Charlotte helped her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just for something's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be a triple threat. I don't know if it's gonna be at Night of Champions or they're gonna wait till SummerSlam. But this is not over, obviously. And it's
Right.
gonna because even though Rhea beat Jade twice, but this time Jade can be like, well, I lost because of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I didn't need your help or mind your own business. And they've already done the 6 woman tag match. So be looking for them to do a little tagging here and there against Jade or, B-Fab or Mitchum or whatever.
It can end up being like when it was Cody, Jacob, and Drew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where it's like it's not the 3 of them, they got the 2 got the issue, but then you got the wild card, the 3rd, but I really don't fuck with both of y'all, so.
Right. But all in all, they really stepped it up.
Yeah.
Kind of came with it. If anybody was not a wrestling fan or doesn't have the app or whatever, hadn't been keeping up, I believe if they watched that full hour, I really believe they would say, well, that second match was better than the first one.
Which,
lady. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's just my humble opinion.
Right.
You know what I mean? But hey, let's go to Brock and Obafemi. Brock came out there first. Out there with Heyman, come out there, to that legendary music.
The crowd was great, wasn't it?
Yeah. He was looking. Oh, you're looking Jack, buddy. You're looking. And then, Obafemi comes out with that light on him in the ring when it gets all, man, it's so hard, bro.
Yeah.
We got stupid interest too.
Yeah.
But I kind of think everybody, we already knew we already said Brock was going to win, right? I think we
Right.
knew he was going to, take a little cheap shot or not wait to just lock up, walk around, went right
Right.
after, and
Yeah,
that's
he
how,
was desperate.
yeah,
He was desperate. Yeah.
got the advantage. It's like you got. It's like win or go home, win or lose. This is it.
Right. Right.
I gotta do everything I can. And how many F5s did he take? 7.
7 total. 4 at
Yeah,
the beginning of the match.
right. Yeah, it took 7, and one of them was through a table
Right.
on the outside, not the little, not the. And speaking of tables, Jesus Christ Almighty, excuse me for saying that. I'll wait till we get to the end, till we get to the main event. Okay, but yeah. So and Oba got his stuff in and kind of beat up, Brock a little bit, and they went back and forth. But and all these matches are rematches, by the way. All these are rematches. You got some from the last pay-per-view, some of them from WrestleMania, but they're all recent rematches, except for Cody and Gunther. That was not too long ago, but it wasn't,
It was for the first year they did the title versus title. Well, not really, but for the Crown of Jewel Championship.
Yeah.
The first year they did it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's still a rematch, but most of them, all these other ones were recent rematches.
Right.
So, but yeah, man, I think we knew Brock was gonna win. I can't wait to see what they do at SummerSlam. Like you said, this match was definitely better than the WrestleMania match. Bro, the spot where Brock went straight up in the air and then landed on his feet, like that was crazy. That was up there.
That was when he got that last F5 in.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Like you ain't see him do nothing like that.
Yeah.
But I thought the match was good, man. I thought the card just continued to keep getting good and better.
Yeah. That definitely was like you said, about what we me and you expected. Now I will tell you what the people been saying.
What the people been saying.
Man, you can't please nobody, man. They said most everybody loved it, right? But then there was a few that was like, oh, Oba shouldn't have took that loss. Oba shouldn't have, and I was like, I mean,
first of all, he doesn't have a choice.
Right. But second of all, like, so you think they would bring Brock back to lose again? Like he retired, lose again, and like it has to be. He's still Brock Lesnar,
right?
And they have to make it. I think about that feud he had with the Undertaker. Okay, he beat the Streak, but you remember he had a couple more matches with Undertaker like a year later and all that. Well, Undertaker low blowed him, and then put him in the what his lock called, the triangle or whatever, Hell's Gate, and Brock shot him the bird, but it was like they had like a 3-part series back then too. But Undertaker was really the one passing the torch,
Right.
He got his win back, but Brock ended up winning the third one. You know what I mean?
Like Oba Femi gonna do.
Exactly. That's why I brought it up.
Right.
So
and Brock gonna walk off and you might see him come out there in a sleeveless tuxedo at Hall of Fame one day. Have Paul Heyman talk for him the whole time while he just sit back there and
that brother he might air fire the host.
Oh man. So this is the first Becky Lynch and Sol Ruka. We thought, Ruka was injured. They didn't
Right.
specify what was wrong with her.
Right.
We talked about this earlier, and this is one thing like why we don't watch PLEs together, because it's not really, I kind of already know your opinion before we get on here. You know what I mean? But she makes me nervous, dog. Because especially when all them little flips and stuff, all that landing on your knees and stuff like that, bro. She does a lot, but I mean that's how she's, that's who she is.
Yeah.
That's why she's there.
Yeah.
But that's a tough move set to stick to for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what? You know who used to give me that feeling back in the day? Not so much from the moveset, but just when they in the ring, like the chances they take. And Jeff Hardy used to scare the mess out of me, man, every time watching him wrestle, man. Like when they do them ladder matches and stuff, man, I'm just like, man, this dude here is going to, man, like that. He used to scare me. Anytime all the ladder matches, I'm already like that anyway, but I'm an empathetic person though, you know what I mean? But like with Jeff Hardy especially back in the day, I was like, bro, so now Ruka definitely do the flips and somebody gave a great comparison. I heard they said she is like a mixture of Charlotte Flair and Javon Evans. And I was like, wow.
That's cold right there.
I was like, wow, but that's real though, you know what I mean? But of course she got the whole gymnastics and University of Oregon, NIL athlete, said been wrestling 4 years. They definitely pushed her to the moon because she already when I title she came third in the Royal Rumble, Women's Royal Rumble, so and she was still on NXT then. She wasn't even on the main roster. So beat Bailey in the John Cena last match on Saturday night's main event. So they definitely got high hopes for her. But I feel you though, man, and she just be real. Like she been, like you said, her moveset's crazy, but she been botching that stuff. You notice that they changed up how she did the Soul Snatcher to finish the match.
Well, we talked about that, bro. It's such a hard move. That's hard. That's a hard move to have as your finish. First of all,
Yeah.
It's a hard move to do anyway. But you mean to tell me, with all the efforts you got to take for both of y'all to got to be involved in that move,
right?
You know what I'm saying? You got to hit it on the dot every night. It ain't gonna happen. It's too much. That's when you're doing too much. That's one of them moves you pull out at WrestleMania and SummerSlam, and you know what I'm saying? Because bro, they're right there get you in trouble. Hey, you had heat with that move. Because what if she, don't get that much air that one time?
Yeah.
And then she reaching, and come on, man, that's too much. You know. But the match was good. She's the new Intercontinental title. I love Becky Lynch as a heel, dog.
Man, what? That's the man.
She's the man, bro. She's the man.
Hey, and it's not just us saying it. Sports Illustrated said it. The Bleacher Report.
Shit, Flair was pissed about that too.
Yeah, I know.
God dang.
And the crazy thing about that is her rival is his daughter. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's your boy.
Yeah, but well, speaking of Becky, we don't know where they going with this. Are they going to continue their feud, which they probably will, but I really hope that Becky get back into the main title picture.
Yeah.
It's cool having her. They made the women's IC title
It
prestigious.
means something. Yeah, it means something.
Man, it means something definitely more than they did with the women's US title.
Right.
Uh, so I think they kind of dropped the ball on that. I mean, they have it now. They can still fix that. But when they got Tiffany Stratton at champion now, let's see how her reign goes. But that being said, though, I thought it was cool how, and then also shout out to Becky for being able to do that. For
Right.
saying, hey, I don't have to worry. I won plenty of world titles. They said she's a 7-time world champion.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm, again, being a team player, and I just think that's cool. So I just kind of really hope that, in the near future, she's gonna be back. Just like I said, Charlotte, she haven't been in the world title picture. She 14-time world champion.
Right.
So
She gonna be like 21 times.
well, we'll see. But the
And-
women's division is crazy, man. Because I just think all these call ups, like these folks from NXT, everybody's not gonna swim.
right.
I mean, you get what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. I'm just waiting for them to call my girl up there, man. I'm concerned.
Why and why you think that is?
I don't know, because I know that they just working in front of the NXT crowd,
Mm.
but just like the rest of them, whether it's Trick or whoever, Oba, they was over in NXT. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
So she's over. That whole Miss Park, like they like her when she come out.
I love it when
And
she comes out.
yeah, well, we love it, but but even I like her character, her attitude, and like she's
Yeah.
like, you know,
I liked it when she was with that tag team. Them dudes was called the OTMs or something crazy like that.
in the mud, with
Yeah.
a whole little crew, yeah, out the
Yeah.
mud and whatever they was
Yeah.
called, but yeah,
Yeah, man. Hey, let's jump into the main event and then we'll wrap it up. Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu, tribal combat. Now it was rumored that Jacob got hurt. Say they hurt his leg and it was his back. If anything was hurt, we couldn't tell. I couldn't tell. He did.
They put that Miyagi on him.
Right. Yeah, they rubbed them hands together and prayed.
I mean, 'cause he was doing suicide dives outside the ring and everything, man.
Yeah. This shows you how they did the veteran. Roman's the veteran. He's smart. Went after the hand. Which is old school. You know what I mean? And but Roman loves to talk shit during the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has a very, his matches are more, I would say, more old school. He has a slower pace.
Right.
How his matches start. Even this, yeah, they fought in the crowd, but it wasn't like a whole lot of moves. You know what I mean? Just like a bunch of punching, and I'm throwing you against the post here, and
Right.
like, I'm gonna talk my shit, and I'm gonna smack you, and uh, try to go through the barricade. I do a Superman punch, then another Superman punch,
Right.
then a drive by,
Right.
it's not like he's doing a whole lot of,
Right. He's not
especially at that point.
Yeah.
Right.
He's not Rico.
I will say,
But he's not Kevin Nash either.
Definitely not that. Definitely not
Right.
that. Nah. Definitely not that. But my thing with I noticed the big difference between this match and their first match.
Mm-hmm.
They went back and forth, but Roman, if you scored it on points, if you took out the finish, you scored it on points, like boxing match. I felt like Roman was more in control in this one than he was in the first one. The first
Right.
one was like he survived it. You know what I mean? You
This one, he
know,
kind of controlled it. Yeah.
he controlled it. You know, I mean, Jacob got some stuff off too, but it was like Roman was more. You know, they made Roman look like yeah, y'all. He's still the tribal chief. You know
Right.
what I mean? You know,
So I can't remember. I know I said that I thought Jacob would win.
we both said that,
Okay. So we didn't get that. Now,
right?
do we find out tomorrow that was the injury is the reason why? Did they have to pivot that way? Did they have to pivot at all? He's supposed to acknowledge Roman Reigns tomorrow. You talked about the Usos, and I think they're gonna do the turn tomorrow because I believe he's off of TV for the rest of June. And a little bit more than that, correct?
Well, that's the word on the street.
Right. So it would make sense that, because you're not going to do all that. And then, afterwards, you had the MFTs out there and he pointing to them and talking about them. So you're not going to do all that and just leave the Usos high and dry to defend for themselves.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
well, you remember what I said earlier, but of course we both thought that Jacob was going to go over. So,
Yeah.
like you said,
Yeah.
maybe tomorrow night on Raw we may get that.
What if they do some kind of rematch?
That'd be something. But I'm gonna tell you what the rumor, the pivot, what was Plan B though. Not saying that maybe the finish of the match could have been a pivot, like you mentioned earlier. But guess what the pivot with the rumor?
What?
Drew McIntyre.
That would have been crazy. Damn. Well, we definitely didn't get that. Right. You got Triple Combat. How'd the finish catch you? Catch you off guard a little bit?
It did because we know what we expected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just like, now I will say this, and it's another thing that we have to point out with the Roman Reigns. You got to think WWE tell these, they plant seeds, and they tell these stories, long-term stories.
Right.
WrestleMania, Roman did it by himself. The first match with Jacob, Roman did it by himself. This match with Jacob, he did it by himself. So we're seeing a different Roman, right?
Right.
Like, I mean, he's still Roman. You know what I mean? He, like you said, he's still talking shit. He's still a tweener. Like, yeah, well, he's not really a heel, but he really ain't a face. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's a tweener.
Too much of an ass to be a baby face.
Right. But it's like
that's what the people love.
I really got this feeling that
everybody loves a good asshole.
Like because I just don't see Jacob just falling in line. Like, just
he's definitely not the kind to
you can't. What to do. Yeah, you can't. And if they do that, I mean, he's gonna be. I just don't see. I see him being like rebellious about it and being like, nah, I can't keep doing this. You know what I mean? I just don't see him just being like just turning into a soldier, know, and I just don't see that, not and they may do that, but I'll be very disappointed if that's the route they go.
Right. Yeah, I don't see him like
not at this point. I mean, maybe if they start out that way and then he was like he turned in, it was like then that would have been cool. But since they went all the way in from the get go,
Mm.
I can't see them just being like, all right, well, you lost. So now you know, you
Now it's
turn
over.
into, yeah, now you turn into Solo. You know, when he was part of the bloodline. Nah, man. Nah, we can't do that. We can't do that.
Nah. Yeah, you're right about that. Let me tell you what else we can't do. So this is tribal combat, so there's no rules. So there's tables involved. They had some kendo sticks out there. I don't remember them pulling them back out, but let me tell you a little something about me. And well, let me just say this: how in the hell am I supposed to go? Ooh, oh man! When somebody goes through the table and there's freaking Slim Jim stickers all over the table. 2 big ass Slim Jim stickers on the table.
Yeah.
It's starting to get stupid
TKO, man.
when they go to that. You remember in Major League 2 when Roger bought the team and he was running out of money?
Yeah, you show you all them sponsors and
They had a protein look like a minor league field. That's
right.
what they're doing, man. These folks got Slim Jim stickers all over the table.
Yeah, and they've been doing that for a little while too, man.
But it's fucking annoying.
Yeah, it's crazy. You're right. You're right.
Ooh, he went through a Slim Jim table. Like he's supposed to get a prize if he go through that one. But you know what the trick is? They're all Slim Jim tables because they all got stickers on them. I don't get like how much. I mean, what kind of check are they really cutting for that? And if you're doing all this sponsorship and this shit, all this stuff, why in the hell is everything costing so much?
I don't know, bro.
I tell you
Greed.
what, hey man, TKO ain't for the people, dog.
Nah.
They are not for the people. They are not for
Over
wrestling fans.
there now.
No, sir. But they end up making Jacob Fatu come with them. He went out, wasn't walking with them, was following them, about 20 feet behind them. But he had he seen Solo and was staring at him, and then so clearly they're gonna do something. But tomorrow's gonna be very interesting.
You you know, one more thing I want to point out about that match. You know how we were talking about the rematches.
Yeah.
Now I know both matches were different, but I did like this match better than the first one. But I'm gonna tell you why.
Uh,
You remember I had an issue with the Tonga Death Grip. And
yeah.
I felt like they overused it in the first match, right?
Right.
This time they obviously didn't overdo it. He still threw it in there, but of course, like you said, Roman attacked the hand. But it was like that first match, he did it like four
Put that
times.
grip.
You know what I mean?
He could.
You know,
He couldn't put that grip in there.
right. Which was also I like how they used the toolbox in that way instead of
Right.
just opening it and pulling out the screwdriver or whatever. Like he used that bad boy and was like smash his hand,
Right.
and we're talking shit why he did it. You ain't gonna be using that. So, but overall, I felt like they delivered. I was definitely shocked though because like you, I just thought that, which is crazy because it's a Roman Reigns match,
Right.
but I just knowing the word on the street with his schedule and plus we in our mind we're thinking where else could they go with this, and it's like, damn, he lost again, and he don't, I just hopefully we're right. Tomorrow night,
Gotta be something gonna happen tomorrow night. Something crazy. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I do want one thing, brother. And that is we got merch.
Yeah.
Hey man, go to prowrestlingtees.com/welcome 2 Wrasslin. Welcome 2 Wrasslin, man. Go copy your shirt. We got 3 designs up. Got a few more coming. Yeah, man, go buy all of them. But yeah, man, we'll be back next week. We'll talk about some things, see how everything goes at Raw, and anything exciting happens. And yeah, man, we'll be all over it.
King and Queen of the Ring tournament starts too.
Right. Yeah, I was just about to say that till you interrupted me. King and Queen of the Ring tournament starts soon too. Come on. Hey man, it's Welcome to Wrasslin, man. 76 is in the books. Welcome to Wrasslin.
Welcome to Wrasslin.
Welcome to Wrasslin, Chetty Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the POT. Podcast tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me.